Take two. Guys, are we... Alright guys, boy do we have some news to share with you. Not only has the tank started on its way to being in production, but we also have a new, very, very awesome plan that some of it my dad knows, some of it he doesn't. So we're going to be sharing with you guys full time. So let's go ahead and talk about it and figure it out. But it is going to basically explode the rescue in size and coolness and just pure awesome sauce. Alright, so you guys know we are replacing this 3000 because we are patching this every 3 days. Once it lets go, there's probably about 1,000 gallons of water on the floor, and it gets sucked right back up. Already burnt through an aqua lifter, so we're on our second one because it's just running 24/7. Not what they're made to do. The carpets are still wet. We had a big flood yesterday. Just fixed it. So you guys know with the plans, this tank right now is 15 foot. The new tank is going to be 16.5 foot. Same size, same window, just replacing it, making it bigger, making it better. That is awesome. You can't get no better than that. So over here, we have that new 21-foot tank. Going to be 21 foot long, 52 by 52. However, because of production size of the steel, it was far more, cost-wise to go that extra foot. So we had to bring the tank down to 20 foot, 4 inches long. So we lost a few inches on this tank, but the cost dropped tremendously because we didn't have all the extra, fabrication on it. So now, talking to this tank, it's going right here. Going to have double windows up front, a window on each side. That's going to be 52 inches wide, 52 inches tall. Have the ability to set tanks on top. Going to be really cool, really awesome. Okay, right now it sounds like everything is, cool beans, but it's not all cool beans. There's a lot of work to be done. So while them tanks are being fabricated, which you guys will get picture updates, everyone on the GoFundMe is getting more updates as well. So for those of you that have donated to the GoFundMe, thank you so much. And that money has already been spent. We actually sent a $4,000 check to the steel company to start ordering materials. And there's going to be far more money that's paid out. We just ordered the glass. So the glass will be coming in. That'll have to be paid for soon. And then there's, a bunch of stuff like epoxy paints. We're going to have to
fabrication.
Stands at application.
Fabrication of the tanks. It's going to have to be paid.
That's going to be later on down the road. We're getting there. So there's a lot more that's going to be coming in. You guys will be getting so many updates as the tanks are being fabricated. Not sure we'll do video, but we'll definitely do like pictures and stuff. So definitely awesome. But all the money that's been donated to the GoFundMe has been spent. And you guys will continue to get more. You guys will continue to get updates as the money's spent, and we'll have a rolling total at the end of it. My dad put in his 10, I put in my 10, and we're gonna see where we can take this because we have a few crazy ideas that's gonna add on to it as well.
With GoFundMe up at what's it, 3,500. Yep. That leaves us 6,500. To pay off everything.
Correct.
And in the meantime, while we're doing all that and all that craziness is happening and different companies are getting paid in different companies.
You're on camera now, bud.
All these different companies are getting paid and we're handling this and we're paying the deposit on there and we're keeping track of this. We also got to make room for it. So these two tanks right here have to be moved. Which
we'll talk about that here in just a sec.
Yes.
So for those that are new to this, we'll go ahead and
you're on video.
cut that sec right there. There we go. So for those of you that are new to this, we'll go ahead and post a GoFundMe in the comments. Every dollar helps. We thank you guys so much for helping us support the rescue. We know you guys don't have to donate. And, you know, we don't really have to, but we want to make this Ohio Fish Rescue, this nonprofit, as big and as, you know, successful as we can. So that brings me to what my dad just said. We have to move these tanks. This tank, not so much of an issue. It's just going to be a pain in the butt because it's very fragile and we might break it in the process. But we'll see about that. But that
Only because we have to turn it up sideways to get it out.
Correct. So that leaves this 600 gallon here. What the crap are we going to do with this tank? It's filled, it's got rays in it. Well, we have a very crazy idea that I think just might work. I just pitched it to my dad about an hour ago. So let's go ahead and talk about that. All this will be clear. The saltwater tank will be moved.
This, and
this, all open. You'll
open.
have the new improved 3,000 plus. You'll have that new 20-foot long tank here. It'll be about 3,000 gallons as well. We'll have to come up with cool, you know, crafty names for both of those.
And we'll come up with the exact gallonage.
But then that leaves this whole area. I've been going through and figuring out how can we improve, how can we make it better. And we have an idea. So right here, we have an 8-foot sump and we have a 15-inch walkway to get back behind this 1,000 to service filters that are behind it. So my thought was, we have 8 foot there that we are comfortable using. This is a 7-foot and a 2-foot tank. So we have 9 foot here. If we take this clear water sump, reduce it from 7 foot to 6 foot, we can keep the same 13 foot long. And now basically these tanks will come up here. It'll be actually a few inches back more. We'll be able to save a few inches. So you'll have an 18-inch walk.
Oh, I'll be able to walk back there now.
Except that filter won't move. So you'll have to squeeze the belly in the last, you know, 12 inches or so.
Hey, respect your elders.
So we actually gain a little bit of space getting in besides this tank. But we would take the 265, put it in first. Because 1.5 foot of it will actually be cut off by the 1,000. You'll be able to see it, but it'll be tight. So then we'll have 13 foot, and we'll basically come out to right here. Right about here, you'll have the 195, 265. Now what that does, we eliminate that tank and that setup right there.
And there would be a tank going right across here, so this little walkway would be gone.
Well, it'd be back here. So you'd still have the way to get in there, but the tank faces will be right here.
And the walkway would be gone.
Yep.
So all these tanks, these 3 tanks we're eliminating, and then...
Now, basically, if you can use your imagination. Now,
how's that go?
Imagination. So now, basically, the end of that tank would be right here, back here. So now it goes all the way back to that wall. Now, this leaves 7 foot and like 6 inches from there to here. Now, crazy idea. We're losing those 3 tanks. That's 180, 75, and 90. So that is what? 165 and 180. Say 350 gallons approximately. It's a little bit less. We take that 600-gallon tank right there. We don't take the fish out. We basically lower it down. We've done it many times. Put it up on rollers. Roll it into place. We roll it back here, and we butt it up to the back of this tank. Now you have 8 foot by 4 foot, and you have a 3-foot walkway here. Now,
where you can actually go in there and see the front of that tank.
Right, which 3 foot is more than here. So you have a little bit bigger walkway than this to view the front of that 600 and be able to look inside the sump.
The sump, right.
So now that leaves losing just those 3 tanks, 350 gallons, right?
We're putting the other tank there, the 600. We're gaining room. We're gaining 600, and we're losing 350.
Right.
So
now, another idea that I didn't even think about. But come here. If maybe by the hair on our skin, there might be enough room on the end of that tank and this wall, we might be able to fit that 75 stack right on that wall. So that is a possibility, not guaranteed, but that is a feasibility if we can make it work. Or if we do, I can drain this down, pull this tank over, and eliminate this access here because I'm no longer needing to get into that pool. And we can gain another 8 inches right there, might be able to make that 75 stack work there. Now that leaves potentially just that 180 gallon to, you know, leave somewhere. Now the only other place that I can potentially make this work is for one, we can have just the tank. Come over here. Now this is crazy, but in that tank design, you guys know, we have this small acrylic tank right there. Now in this tank, it's
You'd say small, but that's what?
It's 189
okay.
gallons, but it's 6 by 30 by 17 tall. It is the perfect baby Ray pup tank.
Right.
So right on the edge of this tank, we're gonna have 30 inches back and bracing to sit a piece of plywood and set that tank right up on the edge of this tank, viewed from that walkway over there. We have the same capability on that side of that tank. We could do that 30-inch platform and set just a 180 gallon tank on there for now, use it as a place to put, you know, singular fish, and then when the time comes that we get a 30-inch tank to replace it, we can replace it. Then we're only losing the stand at that point, but I'm sure we'll be able to sell it with the tank we get, or, you know, use the stand later on down the road. That right there means we just added, get this straight, we just added another 3,000, another 190, and lose 0 tanks if this plan plays out exactly how I see it in my head.
And that still leaves us a 600 gallon outside that I can set up for the salt water.
But that's coming out here. Come listen to this.
But wait, there's more.
All right, so you guys see this right here, little foot. During the day, she goes outside. In here, she comes in. She's getting mobility of her legs back. She is put on, you know, twice her body weight. She is perked up. She is looking great. But at nighttime, she comes in, gets some stuff on her shell, and she sits in this small tank because we don't want her to move much while this stuff is on her. She's got her heat over there, and we'll see. We might have someone lined up that might take her, but we shall see. But right here, we're going to potentially build a long, narrow tortoise box. It'll stay consistently temperature controlled and be able to be a temporary home for the small tortoises that we get here. We can have the hot box in the corner and have a bottom in it that's maybe rubberized, so we can put our bedding down, be able to scoop it out with a dustpan and be able to pour it out to where when they poop and crap, you just scrape it out. You don't deal with the foul smell, and bam.
And now all this stuff over here will be out of your way because...
So. Next idea. We potentially have a buyer for the Dwight tank.
And even if we don't, we have a place to put it.
Correct. So potentially might be gone, but if not, we're going to go ahead and take this puppy outside, and we're just going to set it up outside.
Under the gazebo as a separator between the dining room and the living room of the gazebo.
Correct. So now, but you talked about that in a previous video and got people excited about it. Because some people were mad that, you know, they thought I was trying to sell this on you, and this wasn't like a joint, you know.
We can't use that for any reason. So right now, it is a eyesore for us. It's not actually an eyesore because it's a story. We can talk about it. It's from the show Tanked. Right. Dwight Howard owned it, and it's a great piece. If I had the spare room, I would never get rid of it, even though I can't use it. But we can't modify that to hold any more fish tank than that little front fish tank.
Correct. That tank's sitting outside. Come here, I'll show you.
Oh, no. You guys got them all excited.
Got me running rampant here. But underneath these blankets, here is beautiful acrylic 5'40" that some kind gentleman in Wisconsin actually donated to us.
Now that's how long?
That is 8 by 3 by 3.
8 foot long, and then there's an 8-foot stand, that matches it over there too.
Correct. Now I say donated, which it is true. He donated it to the rescue because people love to support their favorite cause. He could have sold this tank, but he chose to donate it to the rescue. But
what a nice guy.
But we still have about between 1,000 and 1,500 in just logistics to go and get this tank.
Yeah,
so,
people don't take that into consideration.
Yeah, but this tank right here can now be brought in. It is the perfect salt tank, which, don't tell my dad, but he may or may not like this, but here's the reason. That tank out there has a single overflow, okay? Which I think would be better over there. That tank has dual overflows, would be much better for the flow control in a saltwater tank. Dual overflow down to the sump. It gets rid of the dead spots in your coral tank.
Wait a minute, you want to trade me my saltwater tank to that tank?
Yes.
And what size is that?
550. It's the same size.
It's the same size?
So you just swap the tank.
Well, I'll take the canopy tank instead of the regular tank.
Hang on one second. I got to take this. Hello.
Oh, we're doing a video here, Josh. Oh, my God.
Hey, how you doing?
Everybody's on hold just watching you on phone.
Okay, now that phone call was something special. You guys will hear about that eventually. But back to what we were saying. That 550 just swapped. They're the same size. Just the overflows work better for each purpose. So that'll now have the 550, full reef set up here. And basically everyone went around does so much better, upgraded, and we hardly lose a thing. But now we have people here coming to pick up some tanks outside. So you can maybe do a little clip of that, but we have to go. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. This was a phenomenal video. Hope you guys enjoy the journey along the way, and you're going to see so much as we build these projects. Can't wait to share the rest with you guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.
Oh!
Stay fishy, my friend.
You got me. Bonus footage. He's taking the 75 gallon here
Yes.
with dual overflows.
It's just a single. It's a reef ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Just set it down. We'll organize it later.
This sand can go with you. It's like the sand that was in here. Okay. Oops, so that can go with.
And put it in the tank. Make it heavier.
Just get a little clip as we
There's
got
another sand?
everything. This is sea salt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've stuffed
Throw that
a
up there.
lot of crap in here. Let's go ahead and get a clip when we have it all loaded up. He's going to be looking at a bunch of other stuff, so don't bore him.
I'm boring you guys now.
All right, this, you were...
Okay, so he got himself a 75 gallon tank, stand, and canopy for cheap. He's happy, we're happy, and it helps out the rescue. All right, guys, you take care. Appreciate you watching us.